So the next album that we had
Lloyd
is
Banks.
Lloyd Banks, The Chorus of the Inevitable. I could start out this real quick. I really really enjoyed this album. I was really surprised by it. This is kind of the opposite. I didn't have crazy expectations because Lloyd Banks is somebody I haven't really actively listened to for several years. He hasn't been as active in making music. He's just staring at the...
Logan Paul looks tired. He's tired.
He's tired.
He literally walked out to the ring and he's already literally listening to all the music, done wore his ass out. Go Floyd. Floyd knew what was up.
But yeah, Lloyd Banks, I didn't really know what to expect, and I think he really came out and performed. One thing I really want to commend him on is the length of these songs. This is another thing, another 18-track album, but I think he was able to keep it. There's a lot of variety here, like a lot of different subjects. He talks about a lot of emotional stuff, just talking about being a great rapper and being an amazing MC and being the best rapper ever, as every rapper says, and also talking about paranoia, struggling with things, not maybe living up to certain expectations. He mentions people calling him lazy, which is a common thing. 50 Cent, just to give you a little bit of background, he came up with G Unit, which is 50 Cent's crew and all that, right? And after the fact, 50 Cent is kind of known for just keeping it 100% real and just keeping it real. So he said that Lloyd Banks was lazy, and he said a bunch of other stuff about everybody else in G Unit. So that's kind of, I think, what he's addressing, at least partially what he's addressing in this situation. So, by the way, they're announcing Logan Paul right now, 0-1.
0-1.
That'll
be 1-1.
He's billed from Puerto Rico.
Stranger Things, he has the line in it that...
Stranger Things, yes, from the album.
That nobody sees your vision until you're a success, which is so true. I mean, we talked about it a couple podcasts back about how, I got family that wouldn't even give us the love.
Nobody believes
Didn't have the time.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, truthfully,
I know what you mean.
Truthfully, yeah.
Again, when somebody I could literally relate to.
When you could do proof of... Nobody's really there until you have proof of concept, and you're like, hey, this is proven to be successful. Then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, hey, I got time for that. So, yeah, I think that's a powerful statement, definitely. You have something else?
Pain, pressure, paranoia.
That was a good one.
Staying ahead of the haters. I mean, that's basically what that's all about, dude, is staying ahead of them haters, dude.
And he was really flowing with this, too, by the way.
And I even literally wrote that in my notes. I know I did, that it had a nice, steady flow.
Throughout.
The whole album had a good beat.
Yeah, well, and something else to touch on. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but something that was really impressive compared to the other albums we've listened to so far. All of these songs had three verses on them. And a lot of these songs were him. So I'm not sure if you guys have ever sitting down and tried to write a verse for a song or a verse to a beat.
Oh, no, I have.
Okay, so yeah, perfect. So that's not an easy thing to do then. And to do that 3 times on the same instrumental, same beat, that's not an easy feat, man. So for him to go ahead and do that and give full, complete verses, I got to salute him for that. That is something. AB's at the fight.
Hell.
That's something really.
He's in Miami. He's coming to Miami now.
Tom Brady let him out the house. Tom Brady let him out the house.
He's there. He's there to sign the contract. Right
Tom Brady told him. He's like, look, AB, don't go down there and fool.
Come right back.
Come right back. Go down there and watch your people and come back.
But yeah, but at the end of the day, that just is really impressive and really commendable from his part, and I think he does it without watering down the verses. I mean, these are songs with 3 verses, 3 strong verses on most of them. He really stands with the Punchline King title that he used to throw around, and there's some stuff on here, man. Really, 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 really impressed. Probably my favorite song. I like Propane. Very first song, I think he comes out really hard there, and then also very next song, Sidewalks. Love that beat. That beat was actually part of the promotional material when it first came out, where they do the little poetry over it or whatever. So,
Formaldehyde with Benny the Butcher was good. I like Formaldehyde.
Yeah, they're flowing on that, man.
But I like Benny the Butcher because I like the whole Griselda.
Yeah, well,
scenario.
Exactly. And then, another thing we spoke about before with hip-hop and things like that, there's a huge part of hip-hop that is very competitive. So when especially with Lloyd Banks, he's one of those guys, when they're getting on the record together, they're thinking about who's going to have the better verse. So that's not something that they're not sitting down and writing these verses without intent. You know what I mean?
No, and I didn't realize that. That's something me and you spoke off camera about, and I didn't realize that. And that's I mean, you know,
Conway,
we're into sports.
Yeah,
we're competitive people.
For sure, definitely competitive. Yeah.
So throwing that in there,
it's an interesting perspective,
Yeah. Being competitive is cool.
Well, and to think that when you're listening to that, you're listening as like, okay, these guys are trying to rhyme these words. Come across with a better verse and stuff like that. Just
and
maybe
we all sit and rhyme. And even if you're not, before I really gave hip-hop any time to really listen to get into any of these songs. Don't get me wrong, back in the day, Dr. Dre, Eazy-E, all that, I heard all of it. I knew who they were, all this stuff. Logan Paul trying to make love to Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, he's laying
he's trying to lay on him and shit. So listen to all that and knowing that, you know, we all throw little stupid raps here and there, and we all try to rap things and make things rhyme, and to sit there and do that for 3 verses. I mean, be rad. It's my planet. Because he was just rapping. I mean, and to be honest,
and not sound stupid. It's easy to sound stupid when you're talking like that.
But I mean, how many times can you literally talk yourself into a corner?
Well, and also think about just even podcasts where we don't even have the stipulation that it has to rhyme and it has to be on beat.
Sure.
But any time that you're sitting there and you're going to be talking a lot, you're just bound to say something. You mispronounce a word. You stutter.
We do it. We do it every podcast.
Yeah, of course. So it's just the attention to detail and the quality here is really impressive. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a score real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 8.5. I mean, I wouldn't quite say a 9. You know, I guess length. You know what I mean? I think if you could
length kind of killed you a little bit.
Yeah, it's just a little tough to
and I
sit
can
down.
respect that. No matter how much you love it, it's like, dude, I'm trying to review this album, and I want to listen to. Obviously, we want to listen to it more than once, twice, 3, 4, and 5 times. We want to listen to this.
And I do think there's some things that you probably could have chopped and cut.
Logan's literally trying to just kill him. He's literally just hitting them gloves. He's going to wear himself out. Mayweather is going to kill him. Look at Floyd. Look at Floyd.
He's like, what was that?
Yeah, he's like,
what was he just doing?
He's like, are we boxing?
Yeah, like,
look, Floyd don't even. Michael Irvin's like, what's going on here? This is funny though.
Yeah, like Irvin's like, that boy was going crazy.
He's like, he was going for the knockout.
Yeah, we got some babies in the background.
All right.
I see you.
Let me calm down.
Yeah. We won't got it. But anyways,
there's a lot of people close to each other. COVID's still out there, guys. Be careful.
Yeah. Hey, protect yourself.
Good point.
Protect yourself for sure.
Mike don't play no more.
Everybody in there is vaccinated. Let's be honest.
Retired. Mike's retired. He's on TV.
Yeah, no, and Mike's definitely vaccinated. So
that was, guys. Anybody who didn't get to see that was funny. It literally, Logan Paul was just trying to go.
Let's get back on.
You were rating it.
You literally just rated
it. I said 8.5 though. So yeah, as far as the only knock that I could really give it is, I think there is a little bit of fat to be trimmed. Maybe cut a few of the songs, to be honest with you, that
they're keeping
great.
The commercials down. That's a good deal.
That were for the most part great, but I just think some of it maybe could have went on a deluxe album in the future or something like that. I think if you want to have the most concise, tight body of work, I think probably cut it down to about 14 songs. And I think you still have a great album. Like I said, 8.5 is amazing to me, and just really great job. Lloyd Banks coming back. I mean, really great performance.
No, I mean, I think anything. I mean, we're working on a scale of a 1 to 10. I mean, and anything that. I mean, you only go into the woods halfway, people. The rest of the way you're heading out.
Yeah.
So I think anything over the 5, you're giving it above and beyond. And saying that you're coming out saying right off the bat, look, it's a good album. Where I land may be my problems, but it's still a good album because I'm above 5. Yeah. I went 8. I'm going to solid 8.
8's good.
I'm going to solid 8 just to keep the realness.
Did this grow on you at all? Because when I first talked to you, I thought you didn't really care
songs
for
and stuff. No, when the first time I listened to it, and again, it may have even been a little bit of that lag of going through it, and it's like, God, I'm listening to all these songs, and I listened to it second.
Okay.
Because I literally listened to the first album, then I went back to this one, and then I went. You know what? I went back and forth.
Yeah.
And then
break it up. That was good. That was good about this week. We had 2 good. They were both pretty good albums, and they were very different.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah. So you had the one there was a lot of which once again, just to touch on that again, Voice of the Heroes. One of my problem is it felt like everything was very melodic, and everything was like singing and like sing rapping. I wish they would have done a few more times where they just would have went really hard.
See, the only problem I have with that is I get into that sing rapping though.
No, and like I said, I like the album. I think a 7.5. I think is what I gave it. That's solid.
You gave it an 8.5.
Huh?
You gave it an 8.5.
No. Voice of the Heroes.
Oh, yeah.
But either way,
I think I gave it an 8.5. Yeah.
Oh, so Voice of the Heroes you liked a little bit more.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Because I like the singing part.
Yeah. I got that.
I like that.
And I do hear you on that. And there's some catchy songs, though, man. Voice of the Heroes is fun. Like, just to sing that hook is a lot of fun. So
But I want people to understand. I mean, this is something that I explained to you at one point. That one of my problems with rap music in general in the hip hop world is it flows so quickly or whatever that I miss a lot of it and I don't follow it. Well, and unfortunately, I get stuck hearing, bitches, hoes.
That's the part that you do catch.
You know what I mean? Those are the things. Yeah.
Well, but real quick, let me just point this out. As somebody that does love hip hop and has listened to it for a long time, I still also will miss things from time to time. That's part of the fun of going back and listening to it, is you end up noticing things that you didn't notice before. And you're like...
And you may be possible, because I'm a very cut and dry, black and white kind of person as far as that goes. And with the country genre, you either like it or you don't. Well, you know what I mean? And you hear it all.
Exactly. And
the first song, you hear it the first time you listen to it.
With hip-hop, sometimes you hear a line, and then before you can fully digest the line you just heard, he's already saying more. You know what I mean? Where with country, it's just a slower pace. With singing in general.
No, exactly. And then power ballads are the same, even though you got the great rock, you got the great riffs and everything, but it's still a power ballad that's nice and slow. Yeah. This is they're like, nah, man, we didn't let you get out, fam. Sorry. Escape Room Part 2.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Are these the same people or something?
I don't know.
Okay. Well,
but I do know what it is because I saw the previews already once before. Anyways, anyhow, so with that part of it, it makes you go back and listen to it, and you do start finding things because, like you mentioned, I didn't like the album to start with, and then after listening to it a couple times, it was like, you found little pieces. Yeah, I found pieces that resonated with me.
Yeah.
Again, it's
now hold on. Are we talking about Lloyd Banks in that situation or both?
Both.
Okay, yeah.
Both.
But
the first one voices a heroes more.
Yeah, I got you. You enjoyed it a little bit more.
Yeah.
And the sing song, was a little bit. Yeah, I get that. Yeah. I get that. And honestly, and I agree. I think there's some these are two of the biggest commercial artists once again. So it's like if they made a song solo, they would have made some hits. But there's some of the songs I really love from Lil Durk specifically, and maybe we'll listen to some of those while we're putting this together or whatever. But are when he goes really hard and borderline offensive, to be honest, because he's talking about some real life stuff that's not pleasant. But he really puts forth a persona and a general feeling in his music that I really appreciate.
But like with Lloyd, it's his first song out, I believe.
Propane was the first song on there.
Oh, see, here's one of the weird things. Mine, when I went through my list, I think mine gave it to me backwards.
Okay, yeah, we got to figure that out. Because, once again, something that made these albums difficult, I actually think when you're taking in these albums, I kind of feel like it's important to listen to them in one sitting, so you could really get what their intention hard to was. Listen to. But in these cases, it kind of wasn't realistic. But like with J. Cole's album, 36 minutes or whatever, Kodak's album was around the same. Those are a little bit easier. But I do think it's important to take these albums in order, because whoever sequenced the album, they put it in that order for a reason. So I definitely do think that's important. So in the future, we got to figure that out. Although I don't think it's the end of the world by any means. I don't mean to crush you here.
It was my second song on the album.
That's interesting. What I had. So what was your first?
Well, no, the second song I had was Dishonorable Discharge.
Oh yeah, that's at like the end of mine. That's
see that. But when I went and looked at it later, it was literally like flipped and reversed.
Yeah, that's 17.
It was really weird. But anyways, in that track alone, he makes the reference. He says, "Life is the biggest bitch." Man, there's no lie.
That. Oh man.
You know what I mean? I mean, we all sit around here and you're like, "Ain't that a bitch?" Well, yeah. Life's the biggest bitch.
And that's somebody that's in the public eye, and we've seen with Lloyd Banks, like I said, him maybe have a rap career where maybe there's a little bit to be desired. I don't even want to say that because, a lot of people would kill for that career that he had.
Oh, absolutely.
But I think he's touching on that, is where, you've seen publicly where he was lauded and put on a pedestal by, 50 Cent at that time. And don't be wrong, we didn't know the support or whatever behind the scenes, but he's talking about, hey, yeah, I'm somebody, things didn't always go as planned, He addresses that. It's not like a fictional universe where everything went right in his life and everything's beautiful. He deals with doubt. he deals with Paranoia, all that. So really good effort from Lloyd Banks, man. I really got to give it to him. I'm excited to see whatever he has coming.
Logan Paul ain't winning this fight. Keep going.
Oh, is he getting it now?
Logan Paul ain't winning this fight. This shit ain't going nowhere. Floyd literally just moving. He's like, nope, you didn't hit me with that one either.
Yeah, he been swerving on it.
Oh no, no. He's. It looks like he's talking shit to Floyd, but
well, and
Floyd's making shit work.
You can see he's tired though. Not.
Oh
Floyd,
yeah, no. You ain't even supposed to be there, Jake Paul. You look like.
See, I don't
know what?
I like jewelry, so
I'm gonna be cool.
I do.
I'm gonna be cool.
I do like the jewelry though. I gotta respect that. Salute to the jewelry.
Nah, I ain't saluting shit to you. You're a piece of shit, Jake Paul. Look at him. Boom. Right there. Look.
Oh, okay.
He ain't give he ain't gave Floyd nothing, dude. The one little connecting that looks like me and Bases out there fighting. Me and Floyd. Look at that.
But no, I'm the little guy though.
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah, we're reversing it on this one.
He said, "Nah, I'm a little man on this one."
Yeah, on this one, I'm the little man with the look at Logan Paul. Look.
Yeah, no, he isn't one anymore.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. He may have hit me with one of them things that Riley got hit by.
No.
Get there, Logan.
Back to this album. I like this out. Like I enjoyed this album. Sure. I listened to this album a lot when I was playing video games, and it was just like it was a good. It was true.
I listened to the album a lot while I play video games.
There's nothing wrong with that because that's what we do. Is when we're doing shit, we listen to music. Yeah, that's just fun.
No, yeah, you listen to music when you're out here doing your thing.
Yeah, no, I was building a wall listening to these tracks.
Yeah, he was playing video games.
Yeah, I was playing video games. I was doing what I enjoyed, and
it's on.